Hey guys, I know it's been literally months since I updated, and I'm really sorry, but there's just been so much going on around here. At first, it was just honestly, I was just being lazy, and I didn't really want to sit down. And then at the end of February, oh, everything just went wrong. Jeremiah got into a car accident and completely totaled his car. Luckily, I don't know what it is, but he walked away without a scratch on him. The next day, the most he could complain about was that his middle finger was swollen. So he was very blessed in that situation. But because of his job included driving a company car. So he lost his job because they couldn't have him on company time driving or whatever because there's an accident on his record, even if it's a no fault. He actually had to wait a couple years to get that promotion because somebody had T-boned him, and even though the insurance and everything had said he wasn't at fault, he still couldn't have the job because he had an accident. So if he wants that job again, he has to wait. I think it's like 2 years or something, like a year or 2 years before he can get that job back. And at the time, the warehouse, they didn't have any openings, so they couldn't hire him back, and so they gave him I think it was a 60-day unpaid leave, which sucked because we had no idea what we were going to do. Luckily, we had enough savings to kind of drift by, but it was a close call. The minute he lost his job, of course, like the first thing he did was all day, every day, he was filling out applications, going looking, and eventually he got a new job at Target. They weren't giving him too many hours, but it was something. We at least knew that we would be able to scrape by. And then just as the savings ran out, an opening came up in the warehouse. So now he's back in the warehouse and he's working ridiculous hours again, which really sucks because he's not getting home until like 1, 2 in the morning. So we're really not getting any real quality time together. But I'm pretty sure there's a saying somewhere. It's like if you don't want to deal with a broke guy, you have to deal with a busy one. So we still have somewhere to live and lights on, so I'll take the no personal time for a little while. And now his days are actually better because he gets Saturdays off, which is awesome because we can actually go out and do stuff. There's really not much you can do during the week, but Saturdays, we get to do our thing. And then on Sundays, he doesn't have to go until like 2 in the afternoon. So I do get Saturday and I get half of Sunday, but half the time he's so tired, he just wants to sleep. And then when he's awake, he just wants to relax. So he's actually looking for another job. He really wants to work at the post office because they have really good hours and they're paying like a few dollars more an hour than he's getting now. So that's that. At that time as well, I had a friend staying with me, which turned out to be a big mistake, but lesson learned. Sometimes some people just can't be helped, and that's okay. I did what I should. So I haven't gotten a lot of stitching done, honestly. I lost my stitching bug for a little while. I really didn't want to stitch. Even my Etsy store, like I didn't stitch anything. I just started making PDF patterns, which I'm really glad I did because I've just had so many ideas from that now. So, but stitching I didn't want to. I couldn't. The friend that was staying with me, she was honestly, it was like having a child. Every 10 minutes, she was calling me for something. She couldn't. Jeremiah got to the point where he was like, your daughter's calling you. So that's how bad it got. So I didn't have time to stitch. Although I did get her into stitching a little bit. She's probably not doing it anymore, but whatever. I did get a couple things done. One thing I think I posted on Facebook. I don't have it anymore because it was a gift. It was really cute, and I'm actually going to do it again for my house because I'm jealous that she has it. I'm kind of upset that I gave it to her. But it was, if you guys are in the Facebook group, then you saw it. It was the the love, and it was like made with fingers, and yeah, I can't remember how the E was made. It was like that or something. I don't know. I don't remember. But it was really cute. I put some like ribbon around it, and I got the Family Dollar near me has some really cute frames, and they're almost like shadow boxes almost, but you pop the glass out the front. Like there's no border to it, if this is making sense. But you pop out the glass and you pop in whatever your picture, in this case cross stitch, whatever, and then just pop the glass back on. So I did that, and I hot glued like some little stars and hearts and stuff to it. So and then I gave her the birthday card, which was she's really into Rastafari. So it was like a heart, and it was the Rastafari colors. And that was her birthday card. I have worked on the wizard a little bit. Well, actually, a lot more than I thought. I took a picture the other day, and I was like, wow, I'm way further along than I thought. So let me scoot out again. Currently, I'm working on white on white with the white on white. And, anyway, so here he is. He's, I wouldn't say about halfway done. I say I'm getting along really far, but I know there's so much metallic coming, and I'm dreading it. I think that's why I'm being so, let's face it, lazy with it, because I know that metallic thread is coming, and I hate it. I hate it. So I hate it, guys. Can someone just do it for me? I will do something of yours. Just do my metallic thread for me. That's all I ask. But if I fold him over right here, I got to give you guys a close-up so you can see how much of the white is actually done. Let me fold him up a little bit more. Oh, I hate folding him. I don't know if you can really see. Yeah, you can see, like, that's a lot of white, and I got a lot more done. So then I have this start, which is my friend. She actually saw my update picture on the wizard, and she was like, oh my goodness, I want you to cross stitch something for my house. And I asked her what she wanted, and she was like, I don't care, like anything from you would just be great. I don't care, like anything from you is priceless, which I thought was so sweet. And I'm just gonna finish that stitch because it's annoying me. There it is. But this is, I mean, I barely started, like literally barely started. I started it today. But she loves Gur from Invader Zim, and years ago we lived together, and we had this joke, and we'd always say, oh, I loving you. So this is gonna be it's Gur, and he's riding the pig, and it's I loved you, piggy, I loved you. I think she's gonna love it. And then today, yay, my cousin's baby was born, and they were keeping the gender a secret, and it was bothering me so much because I really wanted to cross stitch something for the baby, because my cousin's girlfriend's also, she's a beginner. I don't think she's actually cross stitched. I don't know, but I know she's into cross stitch, and I know she was looking for samplers and stuff, but she didn't know the gender either. Only he knew the gender, and he wouldn't tell anybody. So today they finally had their little girl, and she is beautiful. I have baby fever like nobody's business right now. So tomorrow I am going to start her birth record stitch, which is going to be amazing. I was going to do, I have one, it's like Savannah or something. I can't remember who, it's a Dimensions kit. And I was going to do that, but it's supposed to be gender neutral, but it's very, very, very aimed towards boys. And so what I was going to do was I was just going to do everything except for, there's like a little elephant, and it's a pink elephant. It's a blue elephant. So I was going to wait to do the elephant. I was going to just switch out the color and make it pink. Like where the blues are, I was going to do the pink, but I never got it started. So I'm going to find something completely new. Mommy is really into ballet. She's a dancer, so I'm gonna do something kind of ballet themed, I think. I've been doing a lot of reading. There was this quiz on Facebook, and it was called like List Challenge or something. I can't remember what it was, but somebody posted one, and it was like, how many of these books have you read? And they're like the classics, To Kill a Mockingbird, The Great Gatsby, Ulysses, but you know, books like that. And it was like, how many have you read? And I'm going through it and I'm like, oh my word, like I used to read all the time. All the time. It was like I would switch my days between stitching and reading, if I even did that. Like sometimes I stitch and read, obviously not at the same time. I don't like audiobooks. I tried one and I really liked it. I did, and it was great for stitching, but it's just like, and then I tried another one, and I guess it depends on who the narrator is, because I couldn't, the next one I was just like, I can't do this. This is just annoying me. So I decided I was going to take a week off of Facebook, and all I was going to do was read. I wasn't going to stitch. I wasn't going to get on Facebook. I wasn't going to be watching TV. I wasn't going to get on the internet. Nothing but reading for a week. And in that week, I read about 3 or 4 books. 3 or 4 books, yeah. So I've kind of gotten back into my reading groove. I just finished my first Stephen King book. I can't believe it took me this long to read a Stephen King book, but it did, because I know he's very horror oriented, and that's just not my thing. But I figured, you know, like maybe I should try a Stephen King book. You know, he's always been known as one of the greats. He's, you know, a great author. So I was like, okay, well, I can read one book. I have a bunch of his books in my Kindle. I don't know why, but I do. So I was like, okay, well, let me, you know, I'm going to read one. So I read Bag of Bones. And I was looking at the reviews on Goodreads, because I'm on Goodreads. And I was a little, I don't know, wary of reading the book, because people were like, this is the worst thing he's written. Like, some people were like, oh, this is like a great book, but a lot of people were like, this isn't a Stephen King book. And I was reading it, and I said to Jeremiah, you know, I'm reading this Stephen King book, and honestly, I'm really not impressed. And he said something, and it really stuck with me. He was like, that's because you're approaching it as a Stephen King book. I was like, well, what do you mean? He was like, because it's by Stephen King, and you've heard such great things about him. He was like, you're going in with certain expectations. He was like, and maybe you shouldn't do that. He was like, maybe you should just approach the book like it's by an author you've never heard of, an author you've never read before. And I was like, well, I've never read Stephen King before. He was like, approach it like it's a new author that you've heard nothing about. And when I did that, I was actually like, really, like, it was really good. I really enjoyed that book. Wow, it was really good. It took a long time to get into, I think, as well. Like it was the beginning was very slow paced, and it was literally halfway through, because I have the percentage thing, and I was at 52% when I finally started to like really get into the book. But I have this weird thing: if I start a book, I have to finish it. I have to finish. There's one book that I didn't do that with, and that's just because I couldn't. Every time I would pick it up, the book just made me cringe. It was The Great Adventures of Cavalier and something like that. I don't remember, but I couldn't read it. I could not get into it at all. I was like, no, this book isn't going to work. Now I am on to The Beautiful and the Damned by S. Scott Fitzgerald. The Great Gatsby is one of my favorite books, so I kind of came into that with high expectations too, and it wasn't until like a couple of pages in I was like, you know, I need to step back, because it was only his second novel. So I was like, you know, maybe I should kind of step back, but I'm into it. I don't know. I'm not really into it yet, but I'm only, like I said, I'm not even a full chapter in, so I'm giving that a little more chance. I don't know what's next, but like I said, I've read a few books this month. Well, yeah, this month. I mean, because I joined the Goodreads challenge, and I challenged myself to read 50 books. I'm now at 14, I think, so hopefully I'll get a bit more reading done and actually meet that challenge. I thought 50 was a little far-fetched, but I think I might be able to do it if I actually read. Wow, for like almost 6 months, not a lot has happened in my life. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. My birthday is next month. Yay! My birthday's on the 12th. I'm going to be 26, and I'm having a quarter life crisis. I'd heard of them, but I was like, I'll be fine. No, I'm not. I'm dreading turning 26, and I know a lot of you are like, really? Just be quiet. Hush, you're young. Like, you be quiet. I know. I'm sorry, but I'm freaking out. Yeah, that's really all I can think of. I am gonna go back to cooking dinner, and I am going to stitch while it's cooking. Yay, because I have my stitchy butt back. So I hope you guys are all really well, and I hope you're all taking care of yourselves, and I hope you all have a wonderful stitchy day. Bye.